number 9, Parker Weworka. He'll be making his way down to talk to Brogan Geyer on the podium. We got the 50 semi-stock 4 to 8-year-old class off and rolling right now. Jake Miller, the number 12, is the rider that we'll be watching out for up front as he took the Moto 1 win. Cash Harsh, the 08, the champion of this class, took second. Third place went to the 46 of Maxwell Home. Fourth place to Jaden Grant, the 607. And rounding out the top 5 was Lillian Plaza, the number 41 machine. As we check down onto the podium and Victory Lane, we see that Brogan Geyer stands by with Parker Weworka.
Down here on the podium with Parker Weworka, your pro sport champion here at Loretta's. Tell us a little about yesterday's motos and today.
Started off yesterday, a little rough start, and made some quick passes within the first couple laps to get to that first place position. Held that and just rode some clean laps, and then today kind of basically did the same thing. Got out to a little rough start, got kind of bumped around a little bit, and then got those positions quick and got to the front, and then just started clicking the laps off and finished.
Good job. What's your plans for next year as far as pro sport or your plans?
I guess try and step it up even more, maybe move up a class, and then just keep training hard down in Florida and riding with all my friends and my cousin and just keep ripping.
All right, guys, that's Parker Weworka, your pro sport Loretta Lynn's champion. Back up to you, Rodney.
Yeah, he's got a good crowd down there, it sounds like right now, Luke, and the championship is being celebrated here at Dirt Days. And what does that do for him as far as the Pro Sport Championship title is concerned? I know, looking at that, Cole Sepisi actually took the win in that one, so I don't know how it's going to, might boost him up around maybe a 4th overall or whatever the case may be. But regardless, Parker really showing some major strides this season as well.
Yeah, in that class, even winning a moto is a big deal, but winning the overall, even at Dirt Days, Loretta Lynn's is awesome, and you gotta feel pumped for the guy. He works hard, he's a Walsh back rider, and I know Mike puts a lot of pressure on him to do good because Mike wants a winner, and that's what Parker's been doing, is trying to become a winner, and he's getting there day by day. And I'm sure next year, if he takes all the mistakes he made this year and thinks about them and learns how to fix them, we might see a 2-time national champion next year.
Yeah, you never know, but I know that Mike will probably take him down in the Walsh compound, beat him up a little bit this winter, trying to tough him up, and you know, you got to be tough to work with Mike Walsh, man. So I gotta say,
yeah, Mike's not gonna baby you. I mean, he's had awesome riders underneath his tent, like Cody Gibson, and he's working with Chad, and you know, he's used to winning, and if he's supporting you, he wants you to win. And you can't support him. He's not one of the best in the industry for just because people say he is. He is. So
exactly. And I say that jokingly that he's going to beat you up, but in reality, I mean, he's a great positive influence. I mean, he really helps build those riders up. So there'll be a lot of work. Parker, we've seen a lot of progress out of him. I know last season he spent some time injured. This year, getting up to speed. I can't wait to see what the number 9 has to bring. But right now on the racetrack, Jake Miller continues to lead Maxwell Home here in the second moto. The 46 in second, the number 12 out front. It is the 607 to Jaden Grant in third. 41 Lillian Plaza in fourth. We see Madeline Rose in fifth. Aubrey, how do you say it? McClincy. Oh, wait a minute. Or is it Aubrey McKissick? I'm sorry. Aubrey McKissick in the number 6 spot. Remington Smith is seventh. And Cash Harsh, 08, who finished second yesterday, and if I'm not mistaken, won the championship in this class, is back in the number 8 spot. One thing I can say about Cash, he has not had the best Loretta Lynn's racing experience so far, I don't think.
Yeah, well, sometimes you just got to keep your head up, you know, and that's at this age, it's hard to tell a kid why it broke or what happened or why all the bad luck's happening. But most of the time, these kids have such a positive attitude, and they just want to ride their four-wheeler, so it doesn't really matter to them. They just ride the wheels off of it, send it back to mom and dad to fix, and get back on it when it's time.
You know, it also amazes me, though, and that is true, but how quickly they learn how good winning feels.
Yeah, I mean, it's once you get a taste of winning, you never leaves your system. Whether you're 4, 40, I know a bunch of guys that started racing the 40 plus class and won, and they got their first taste of it, and now they spend every dime and time and everything they have on it. And these guys are getting to 4, so or 4 or 5 or 8 or how old is this class? This is the 4 to 8 class, so it can be 4 to 8. So it's, if you start them young, it just builds more of a passion and more of a true love for the sport.
Well, coming around now for, I believe, lap 2 complete for the rest of the field. We see that the number 12 has made his way through, Jake Miller, 2:35 lap time. He had a 5-second lead over the field there a lap ago, but a lot of fun to watch these little fellers go. That's Maxwell Holm that we're watching right now. He's out of Sarasota, Florida. He took a 3rd place finish there in Moto number 1. And these guys right here, I mean, really are kind of the future of what the sport is. I know it's not a big class, and you think, wow, the future doesn't look real bright and promising for the 50cc class if you gauge it on the 50cc class, but in reality, I think a lot of the kids really start coming in their own. We start seeing more kids out of the Nationals in the 70s and 90s. But this 50 class is actually kind of growing, and we're seeing more and more rules implemented on it, so we know that it's becoming a rather successful class.
Yeah, whenever Series steps in and starts putting restrictions on what carburetor or what belt or what axle or what width you can run, you know that people are getting bigger into it because they're trying to find ways to be competitive and faster at it.
Exactly. This 50 semi-stock is right there with them.
Yeah, that's for sure. But this is just a handful of 50 classes that we have here, and this is probably the smallest one, I think.
Yeah, we had one yesterday. We actually had to have division races and qualifiers to qualify for the 50 class.
That might be one of the few times I've ever seen that. I don't think I've.
I honestly, I can't recall ever seeing that happen, at least in recent days, and that, to me, was pretty exciting to see that we had to do that.
Yeah, I love watching these little kids, and sometimes it's even more entertaining to watch the parents in the pits because the mom's stressed out, the dad's yelling, and you don't know what's going to happen. This class is very competitive, and I mean it's just competitive as any other class out here. The kid may not show up because the kids are 48 years old and they look all cute and innocent, but
they aren't so innocent. They're cute, but they aren't so innocent. I promise you that. Hey, that's Jaden Grant we're watching right now. Now he might be an innocent one.
Yeah, right.
Jaden, Mama and Papa watching back home or something. He's an innocent one. He's a good boy. He don't go out and tear up on the pit bikes or anything like that.
Nope.
None of these kids. But Jaden's actually running in the number 3 spot right now. If it finishes this way, he'll get 3rd overall on his 607 machine. Not a lot of competition in this class today, though. These guys have pretty much spread out in this 50cc semi-stock class. So it gives us an opportunity to actually watch some of these little youngsters ride out there. Let's pick up on another one. I think this may be our leader we're looking at right there again, Jake Miller. Miller coming in out of Westport, Tennessee, finished 1st yesterday. Looking to make another 1st place position finish here to take the overall in the Dirt Days Championship. Another rider out there on the track. She's back in 4th place right now. She finished in 5th yesterday, and talking about Lillian Plaza, 5-5 actually will score her 5th overall on the weekend. Coming around right now, we've got 3 laps complete for 1st and 2nd place. And this is our leader heading through here on the final lap, it looks like, through the 10 Commandments and into Storyland.
Yeah, back in Storyland. Anything can happen back there. You might go in and never come back out.
It seems to have happened a time or two. And that's no kidding. I've seen bikes break down back then. You're like, where'd he go? Where'd he go? And they push it out the back. You not even see them leave, and they do disappear back there.
I remember one of my first years racing, there was an inside roller in the back there. It's still there. There was a huge hole, and that thing would swallow you up, especially these mini bikes. So little turns like that, little bumps, little holes, and on a place in the track that you can't see without the television camera pointing on it, then that's what it's
Exactly. You can make it up as it goes along. And you can tell your own story. You can write your own story back there. That's the beauty of it. I love the nostalgia of what the soils of Loretta Lynn brings here. The work that has gone into this place to create the facility, the race surface that it is. I don't know if you noticed, but a majority of the race surface around here is raised now in comparison to the infield. The infield has been raised over the years. building the perfect national facility racetrack. And you know, the hard thing to swallow, the hard pill to swallow about all this is we only get a ride on this stuff once a year. That's the crazy thing.
Yeah, once a year, but I believe that once a year still makes it more special. If you got to race here more than once a year, it would just become another track. It would just become another venue. With it only being once a year, with it being the last race, with having all the awesome things around, the Loretta Lynn's Ranch up there, the house, the Coal Miner's Daughter Museum, the restaurants all around, the river to go soak in. It just makes it that more of a special place. And it's, you know, it's one of those places. I chose to propose to my wife here. So
Oh, that's right, on the podium.
on the
too.
podium, yeah, you announced it for me, and it's just one of those things that it's a special place, and you don't want to ever leave the memories behind here, because you never know. One year we might not ever be come back. So when you're here, enjoy it. Go see everything. Go enjoy it with your friends. And if you are there watching on TV, come down next year. Come enjoy us. Come watch some racing. And even if you don't want to come watch some racing, come and just walk around the pits and go see everything there is to offer around here, because it really is an awesome time, and it's a great place to make memories with your family and friends.
It most certainly is. And Loretta Lynn's is open year-round, too. They offer horseback riding and a lot of other great things that you can check out here. So I do want to say thanks to Loretta Lynn and as well the family for, again, rolling out the red carpet for now what is the 34th annual Dirt Days here at the Dude Ranch. And the dude right now at this ranch is Jake Miller, because he just took the win, number 12 there, in the 50 semi-stock 4 to 8-year-old class. Maxwell Holm will take second place position. Is that Holm or Horn? Horn. It's Horn. I'm sorry. My glasses got a little spot on them right there. So Maxwell Horn out of Sarasota, Florida, with second. Jaden Grant, the number 3 position aboard the 607. We see Cash Harsh up to 4th place there.